When a Sigma male chooses silence, it is rarely a reactionary or trivial decision. It is an intentional withdrawal, often signaling the culmination of a deeply introspective process. To understand the behavioral patterns of a Sigma male when he goes silent, we must delve into the psychological, emotional, and situational factors driving this choice and its ripple effects on those around him. The psychological factors. Sigma males are introspective individuals who find strength in solitude. They process their thoughts and emotions internally, prioritizing self-reliance over seeking external validation. For them, silence is not merely the absence of words, but a deliberate pause to recalibrate and protect their inner world. When a Sigma male retreats into silence, it often carries profound meaning. 1. They have reached a conclusion. Sigma males are methodical thinkers who analyze situations from every angle before acting. By the time they fall silent, they've likely resolved their thoughts and concluded that further discussion is unnecessary or unproductive. Their quiet withdrawal is not indecision, but a sign of finality. 2. Emotional detachment. Silence can signal emotional closure. Sigma males are not prone to dramatic outbursts or heated arguments. Instead, they detach quietly, choosing to preserve their inner balance. When they've emotionally disengaged from a situation or relationship, their silence speaks volumes about their resolution to move on. 3. Preservation of energy. 4. Sigma males. Energy, mental, emotional, and physical, is a precious resource. They are highly selective about where they invest it. If a situation feels overly draining or lacks a productive outcome, they'll disengage without confrontation or fanfare, preserving their energy for more meaningful pursuits. This silence isn't about apathy. It's a calculated and intentional response. It reflects their commitment to self-preservation, clarity, and independence. For Sigma males, retreating into quietude is not a weakness, but a strength, enabling them to maintain control over their emotional landscape and focus on what truly matters. The emotional landscape. While Sigma males are often seen as emotionally distant, their silence is far from empty. It's a nuanced expression of their inner world. Beneath their quiet demeanor lies a complex emotional landscape, shaped by introspection and a deep sense of self-awareness. 1. Resignation, not anger. When a Sigma male withdraws, it's rarely out of anger or resentment. Instead, their silence often stems from resignation. They've accepted that their values, perspective, or efforts no longer align with the situation at hand. This quiet acceptance reflects their refusal to engage in conflicts they deem futile, choosing peace over prolonged discord. 2. Self-preservation. For Sigma males, silence is a form of emotional armor. It shields them from further disappointment or turmoil, allowing them to protect their inner balance. This self-preservation is not about avoidance, but about maintaining control over their emotional well-being. Their retreat into quietude is a conscious decision to focus on what truly matters, rather than being drawn into draining dynamics. 3. A signal of finality. To those who know a Sigma male well, his silence can be the loudest and most significant message. It often signifies that all efforts to mend the relationship or situation have been exhausted. This quiet finality is their way of saying that they've reached the end of their emotional investment without the need for dramatic closure. The silence of a Sigma male is deliberate and meaningful. It reflects their emotional depth, prioritization of peace, and unwavering commitment to staying true to themselves. Understanding this silent communication requires empathy and an appreciation for their unique emotional landscape. Their quietness is not an absence of emotion, but a testament to their strength and clarity. Situational triggers. Sigma males are known for their introspective nature and preference for meaningful interactions. When they choose silence, it is often a deliberate reaction to specific circumstances rather than an emotional outburst. Here are key triggers that prompt them to retreat into quietude. 1. Misalignment of values. Sigma males hold their core principles in high regard and won't compromise their integrity for the sake of conformity. If a relationship, job, or environment clashes with their values, they will quietly disengage. This withdrawal isn't about avoidance. It's about staying true to themselves. Example: in a workplace that prioritizes profit over ethics, a Sigma male may opt to leave rather than compromise his moral compass, choosing silence as a way to express his disapproval without confrontation. 2. Repetitive conflict. Sigma males dislike circular arguments and unresolved tensions. When discussions repeatedly lead to the same disagreements without progress, they see no value in continued participation. Instead, they step back to preserve their mental energy. Example: in a relationship where every disagreement ends in the same unresolved stalemate, a Sigma male will eventually stop engaging in the argument altogether, signaling his preference for peace over futile debates. 3. Lack of reciprocity. Selective in their giving, Sigma males value mutual respect and effort. When they sense a one-sided dynamic, whether in professional or personal relationships, they retreat into silence to protect their resources and emotional well-being. Example: if a friend constantly takes without giving back or appreciating the effort, a Sigma male will quietly withdraw rather than call attention to the imbalance. This silence is not about giving up. It's a conscious choice to prioritize authenticity, peace, and mutual respect in every interaction. For Sigma males, silence is often their most powerful statement. The unique traits of a Sigma male. Silence is not just an absence of words for Sigma males. It is a deliberate and strategic tool they use to maintain control over their lives and emotions. Their unique traits of independence, introspection, and self-reliance define how they navigate challenges and communicate without speaking. Independence. Sigma males value autonomy above all else. They don't seek validation or reassurance from others, and their silence reflects this self-sufficiency. When they choose not to engage, it's not an invitation for persuasion, but a declaration of their confidence in their own decisions. Example: in a heated debate, instead of trying to prove their point, they may choose silence, signaling that they don't need external approval to stand by their beliefs. Introspection. Silence, for a Sigma male, is often a time for deep thought and reflection. They use this quietude to analyze situations, assess outcomes, and strategize their next moves. This introspection allows them to approach challenges with clarity and precision. Example: after a disagreement, they won't react impulsively. Instead, they retreat into silence to process their emotions and determine the best course of action, ensuring their response is thoughtful rather than reactive. Self-reliance. Sigma males trust their ability to handle adversity on their own terms. Their silence often signifies that they've taken full internal control of the situation and don't require external input. Example: in a crisis, They won't vocalize every step they're taking. Instead, they focus on resolving the issue independently, using silence as a way to conserve energy and maintain composure. These traits make Sigma males intriguing and resilient individuals. Their silence is not about detachment, but about thoughtful action, personal strength, and unwavering independence. Consequences of their silence. The silence of a Sigma male is profound and often carries significant weight. For those around him, his quiet withdrawal can be both disconcerting and impactful, signaling a shift that's difficult to ignore. 1. The point of no return. When a Sigma male goes silent, it's rarely a temporary pause. By the time he chooses to disengage, he has already reached a final decision, whether it's a relationship, a job, or a social dynamic. His silence reflects that he sees no further value in continuing the interaction. Attempts to salvage the situation as point are often futile. Example: in a strained relationship, his silence may mean he has analyzed every angle and determined that reconciliation is no longer possible. 2. A wake-up call. The absence of a Sigma male's voice often creates a noticeable void. For others, his silence can act as a wake-up call, forcing them to confront their own behavior or the dynamics that led to his withdrawal. While this introspection might lead to change, it typically happens too late to bring him back. Example: a workplace where his silence follows. Repeated disregard for his ideas might prompt colleagues or managers to reevaluate their approach, only to realize his departure is inevitable. 3. End of engagement. A Sigma male's silence is a clear signal that he has mentally and emotionally moved on. Whether in personal or professional settings, it marks the end of his investment in the situation, leaving others to grapple with the aftermath of his absence. Example: in a social group, his quiet exit might leave a lasting impression, as his contributions are missed and his decision to leave remains irreversible. Why silence signals finality. For a Sigma male, silence is not an act of defiance, but a statement of closure. It's his way of saying, "I have given all I can, and now I'm done." Those who recognize the weight of his silence may reflect on their role in the breakdown of communication or connection. But by then, the Sigma male has likely already moved forward. In the end, the silence of a Sigma male is not just an absence of sound. It is a profound declaration of independence, a quiet revolution of self-preservation, and often an irreversible step toward new horizons.